7 things you shouldn't do. Every morning. As the first light of day breaks, we rise from our slumber. Yet how we begin each day is not an arbitrary act. The dawn is the forge upon which we shape our resolve, where our minds must be sharpened and our souls steadied. The Stoics, in their timeless wisdom, knew that how we conduct ourselves in these first moments can dictate not only our day, but the course of our lives. To begin rightly is to set the tone for a life well lived. If you find value in these timeless principles, take a moment to support us by subscribing to the channel and giving this video a like. Your engagement helps us grow this community of seekers, united in the quest for strength and wisdom. It's a small gesture that has a profound impact on our journey together. Here are 7 things we must strive never to do every morning, for in avoiding these we set our sights on higher ground. 1. Do not lament the coming day. The first trap many fall into upon waking is to groan at the weight of the day ahead. This reluctance to meet life's demands is the root of much suffering. The Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius warned us of this. At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being. Meditations 5.1. Our role, our duty, is to face the day not as a burden, but as a privilege. The day does not burden us, our perception does. Embrace the dawn. It is the moment where we begin again. 2. Do not seek comfort in idleness. Comfort seduces us into a passive existence. The softness of the bed, the warmth of lingering sleep, these are traps. No man is free who is not master of himself, wrote Epictetus. If we indulge in comfort, we enslave ourselves to it. The Stoic path is not one of luxury, but of fortitude. We rise with purpose, moving toward discomfort, for in discomfort we grow. Our ancestors knew this well. Each day is a new trial, and the greatest victories are won not in ease, but in challenge. 3. Do not allow your mind to be pulled by external things. It is easy to reach for our devices, to drown ourselves in the noise of the world, news, distractions, the endless calls of others, but in doing so, we scatter our attention, weakening the very core of our being. Seneca teaches, to be everywhere is to be nowhere. We must reclaim the morning as a sacred space, a time to gather ourselves inwardly, to silence the chaos before it begins. To engage in the external before tending to the internal is to abandon our fortress before battle. 4. Do not rush into action. Without reflection. In our haste to conquer the tasks of the day, we often forget to pause and reflect. Without this moment of stillness, we risk charging into life without direction. The Stoics practiced premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. By contemplating the challenges and difficulties we may face, we ready ourselves for what lies ahead. The art of life is more like the wrestler's art than the dancer's, said Marcus Aurelius, for we must brace ourselves, preparing for every blow, every turn. Each morning is a time to strengthen our resolve, to foresee obstacles, and to remind ourselves that nothing external can truly harm us, only our judgments of those things. 5. Do not let emotions command you. The pull of emotions, anger, fear, anxiety, is strongest in the stillness of the early morning. We often carry over the weight of yesterday's struggles into the new day, but the Stoics taught us to overcome these destructive emotions, to remain unmoved by the storms of the soul. As Epictetus wisely reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. The morning is our chance to reclaim control, to remember that emotions are fleeting, mere clouds passing across the sky of our mind. We are the sky, vast and unshaken. 6. Do not neglect gratitude for what you have. To rise in a state of want is to sow discontent in the soil of your soul. We often wake thinking of what we lack, what we must strive to obtain, or what others possess that we do not. This is the path to misery. "He who is not satisfied with a little is satisfied with nothing," said Epicurus, a sentiment the Stoics also held close. Each morning we must remind ourselves of what we already possess, for gratitude is the root of contentment. Before the demands of the day creep in, we must look around and realize we already have enough, more than enough. Our breath, our health, our ability to think, these are the treasures we overlook, and yet they are the foundation of a good life. 7. Do not forget that this day could be your last. Perhaps the most sobering of the Stoic teachings is memento mori. Remember that you must die. To begin the day with this thought is not a morbid obsession, but a profound liberation. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." Each morning is a gift, not a given. When we remind ourselves of our mortality, we sharpen our focus, we dispel trivial concerns, and we are driven to act with purpose. We do not waste our time in petty squabbles, in distractions, and meaningless pursuits. Instead, we live fully, knowing that each breath may be our last. In the quiet moments of morning, we are not just preparing for the day ahead, we are training for life itself. The Stoic path is not an easy one, but it is the path of those who seek to rise above the fray, to stand firm amidst the storm, and to greet each day with strength, clarity, and peace. By avoiding these 7 traps, we fortify ourselves, ensuring that we are masters of our emotions, rulers of our desires, and guardians of our souls. Let us rise with purpose. Let us rise with strength. Let us rise with the understanding that the dawn is not to be feared, but to be welcomed. For every new morning is not a burden, it is an opportunity to become who we truly are. Before you go, remember to subscribe to fuel our journey of growth. Liking this video gives us the power to continue delivering meaningful content that inspires, and comment below. Your thoughts help shape this community, guiding us all toward higher ground.